again, and hello, good morning. Welcome to class 1093. Yesterday I was talking about Pierre Monet. Pierre Monet is a translator. He works in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Ministry of Foreign Affairs. In the United States, we don't say the Ministry of, we say the State Department or the Department of State. Los dos. El Departamento de Estado is el Ministerio de Asuntos Exteriores. The State Department or the Department of State. And el Ministro de Asuntos is the Secretary of State. The Secretary of State under Donald Trump is Marco Rubio, a senator, ex-senator from Florida, Cuban. All right. And Marco Rubio, he's the Secretary of State. The Minister of Foreign Affairs in France, today I don't know. But in this case, Pierre Monet did a translation. Yes. Yeah, that's on page, number 18. Pierre Monet. And you have him here shaking hands. He's shaking hands with the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is a Primer Ministro. No, not the Minister of Foreign Affairs, it's a Prime Minister. So, you know, in France has an interesting, different political system. In France, you have a president and a prime minister. Of course, in Italy, you also have a president and a prime minister. And in Germany as well, you have a president and the chancellor, Canciller, which is also the prime minister. Now, in Italy and Germany, the president is a figurehead, similar to the king in Spain and the king in England and the queen in the Netherlands, etc. So the president and the prime minister or the chancellor has the power, similar to Spain. In Spain you have a king, Philip VI, and then you have the prime minister, or what we call in Spain the president of the government, who is really a prime minister. Now, in France, they also have a president and a prime minister. But the president is very powerful. The president is the strongest person in the country, not the prime minister. It's a strange system, in my opinion. But it more or less works. But in this case, the prime minister was going to give a speech in the British Parliament, in the House of Commons. And the prime minister wrote the speech in French and sent it to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to have it translated into English. Now, the translation went to the ministry and went to the hands of Pierre Monet, one of the translators, and he looked at it and said, "Oof, this is too flowery, too complicated, the language, the style." And so Pierre made a decision because he knew that the Prime Minister's English was not the best in the world. So he decided to simplify it and to transform it into an English style and not French style of speech. But so he made it very simple, but the impact was the same. And when the Prime Minister received it, he was surprised. This is different. And as he continued reading, conforme iba leyendo, as he was reading, he realized that the speech was better in English than the original in French. And he was intrigued. ¿Quién hizo esto? ¿Quién habrá hecho esto? I wonder who did this. So he contacted the ministry. They said, un tal Pierre Monet. You know, a fellow by the name of, para decir un tal Pierre Monet, tenemos en la parte, un tal Pierre Monet lo ha hecho. Un tal, we'd say a guy or a fellow by the name of. Así se dice en inglés. Un tal. Yeah. A woman by the name of, a man by the name of, a guy by the name of, a fellow by the name of, por el nombre de, literalmente, by the name of Pierre Monet. And the Prime Minister invited Pierre and his boss to the office of the Prime Minister to have a coffee. He simply wanted to congratulate Pierre. Not bad. Okay, let's go on. Grammar. Grammar. This big book. The present perfect continuous. Estoy sentado aquí desde hace 10 minutos, ¿no? 8 minutos. No, 5:30. I've been sitting here, I've been sitting here for about 10 minutes, Not 5.5 minutes. I've been sitting here for 10 minutes because Marta put on the makeup. I was sitting here. Yeah, I was sitting here estoicamente, stoically, waiting for Marta to finish. Y hablando de su cosa. Okay. Este fin de semana. Okay. So I'm a stoic, by the way. But so I've been sitting here for 10 minutes. Estoy sentado aquí desde hace 10 minutos. Claro, en español se usa estoy. En inglés imposible. Estoy sentado aquí, ¿ves? Que conste. Eso sí. Eso es presente. No. I'm sitting here. I'm sitting in front of you. I'm sitting in front of you. Pero es curioso para uno que aprende español, sobre todo un angloparlante, viene aquí y aprende español, decir, estoy sentado aquí delante de ustedes, y luego decir, estoy sentado aquí delante de ustedes desde hace 10 minutos. Eso choca. Espera, estás yendo al pasado. Ya no estoy. He estado. Claro, pero he estado suena raro para un hispanohablante. ¿Cómo que has estado? Pero sigues estando. No, pero eso se llama presente perfecto, no pretérito perfecto, como en español es presente perfecto. So, we have. Bueno, habrá un párrafo, maybe tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow, there's a paragraph. Yeah, there's a paragraph. Paragraph number 752, page 83. In that paragraph, there are 2 test tubes. Dos tubos de ensayo. Yo combate de científico o de químico. There are 2 test tubes. This test tube contains the present tense. And this tube contains the past tense. Well, the present tense and the past tense. Yeah. And we take these two. Present perfect. Yeah. Yeah, present perfect. So, yeah. Estuve sentado aquí hace 10 minutos y sigo estando. Sigo sentado aquí ahora. He estado. Sí. Tiene sentido, ¿no? Yeah. Yes. I was born in 1951, November. I was born, and I am still alive. Sigo vivo. So, I have been alive since 1951. I've been alive for 73 years. What? Dios mío. All right, long time. Yes. I started teaching English in 1974, and I'm still teaching English. I started, and now teaching. I am teaching English. So I've been teaching English for more than 50 years. Yeah. I still teach. I'm still a teacher. I have been a teacher for 50 years. I've been a television teacher for 19 years. I started teaching on television in 2005. So next year it will be 20 years. So I've been a television teacher for 19 years. I've been a radio teacher for. Claro, he sido, en inglés significa que sigo siendo. Porque es el presente perfecto. La vigencia válida, sigue en vigor. And so we use the present perfect. I've been. Okay, expressions. How much time do we have, Marta? Expressions? Oh my God, I have a lot of time. Maybe we'll get to that paragraph with the test tubes, okay? Page 155. Page 155, at the top. To lose your temper. Okay. See, this is very common. When I was 3 years old, I knew this expression. My mother said that. Don't lose your temper. No pierdas los estribos. No pierdas la calma. No te alteres tanto. Don't lose your temper. Don't lose your cool. Aquí dice también rag. I've never heard that. That's a British option. Don't lose your rag. Rag es un trapo. Los trapos, rags. Rags también son harapos o andrajos. Yeah. From rags to riches. R-A-G, rag. R-A-G, rag. Ahora en plural, rags, que son trapos. Pero también en prendas de vestir, bueno, en ropa son harapos. Yes. Y andrajos. You know, I don't remember. Antonio Machado, in Campos de Castilla, in the poem A Orillas del Duero, he has a very interesting moment, 2 lines. He said, Castilla, ayer dominadora, envuelta en sus andrajos, desprecia cuanto ignora. Es fuerte. Pero no recuerdo si dice andrajos o harapos. Envuelta en sus harapos, desprecia. I don't remember. Do you remember? I think he says andrajos. Castilla, dice Castilla miserable, coma. Ayer dominadora, envuelta en sus harapos, desprecia cuanto ignora. I think he says andrajos, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Remind me, Marta, after the program, to check, because I never remember. The rags. Now, we have an expression from rags to riches. De andrajos a riquezas. The typical story, the typical American story, pero existen esas historias en España también. But it's very typical in the United States, from poverty to rich, through hard work, of course. Amancio Ortega, his father was a empleado ferroviario, de estaciones modestas. And now he's among the 10 richest people in the world. Yeah. Yeah, that's from not from rags, no eran andrajos, but it was from very modest beginning, very modest, very humble beginnings to rich. Well, and also Warren Buffett, the same. Warren Buffett in Omaha, Nebraska, from rags to riches, from a typical middle class to, I think, number 6 in the world or number 7 in the world. Incredible. Okay, but to lose your temper is perder los estribos. Hey, calm down. Tranquilo, chico. Yeah. To lose your temper. O sea, realmente perder el temperamento. To lose your temper. Perder tu temperamento, mi temperamento. To lose my temper. To lose your cool. Cool is frescura o frescor. To lose the cool. Cool it means tranquilo. Cool it. Yeah? Baja los humos. Cool it. Cool is frescor. O sea, no se calienta. Cool it. Keep your cool. Mantén la calma. Keep your cool. Cool is the most important slang word in the English language. It's very common. Bueno, hacemos ahora? Cool. Cool es como decir, de acuerdo. Cool. Yeah. O empecemos ya? Cool. It means okay. Cool. All right. Keep your cool. Don't lose your cool. All right. The next one, page 155, the second expression. To lose your touch. Has perdido el toque mágico. You have lost your magic touch. Yeah. Richard, everything you touch turns to gold. Yeah, el toque del rey Midas. You know, everything turns to gold. The Midas touch. Yeah. In my case, it's true, usually. Everything I touch turns to gold, but I need to touch it for 30 years. Ya está. Al año 30 ya se ha convertido en oro. Con mucho trabajo mientras. In the meantime, then maybe it turns to gold. Yes. Hard work. To lose your touch, you've lost your touch. Dice, perder las facultades, dice aquí. Bueno, has perdido tu toque, el toque que tenías. Come on, ¿qué te pasa? What's the matter, Richard? Are you losing your touch? No, estoy perdiendo el toque. No. She says I'm okay. If Marta says I'm okay, wow. Otro 2 años, ¿por qué no? To program 2000. Dios, please, no. 2000 programs, no. To lose your touch. The third expression on page 155 is to lose your train of thought. This page 155 is very important. It's lost in thought. Yeah, this is a very important page. All of these expressions are very common. To lose your train of thought is perder el hilo. He perdido el hilo. ¿Por dónde íbamos? Cuando estás hablando, no cuando estoy trabajando. To lose your train of thought. Es que ¿por dónde iba con el tema? No me acuerdo. This happens all the time. You know, what was I saying? All right, must not be important. To lose your train of thought. Decimos en inglés, I've lost my train of thought. He perdido mi tren de pensamiento. He perdido el hilo, decís aquí. Pero no personalizamos. Mi tren de pensamiento. I've lost my train of thought. Where was I? ¿Por dónde iba? ¿Dónde estaba yo? En inglés, aquí, ¿por dónde iba con este tema? I've lost my train of thought. I've lost my train of thought. And we use it all the time. Yeah, sorry, I just lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Disculpen, he perdido el hilo. ¿Qué estaba diciendo? I don't remember. Oh, yes. Yeah. The Remington. Yeah, now I remember the Remington. A Remington. Yes. There was a chest in my grandparents' house. A chest. Chest is pecho. Anatómico. Chest. Pero también una cómoda is a chest of drawers. And a chest is un arcón de los antiguos. Huele a un siglo antes. It's a chest. Yeah. Yes. And a treasure chest. I've never taught this. Treasure es tesoro. Treasure Island, la isla del tesoro. Treasure. 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 But a treasure chest is estos arcones que los piratas abren y hay, wow, gold. ¿Se dice arcón? Yeah, it's a treasure chest. I don't have a treasure chest. Yeah. But I remember a story. Bueno, ya tengo 2 stories. Which story first? Okay. This happened in Constantinople 300 years ago. A man was in the street and there was a beggar. A beggar's mendigo. And the man took a coin and gave it to the beggar and continued. But later he realized he made a mistake on the coins and that coin was very, very valuable. Very valuable. My God, I gave him the wrong coin. I gave him the valuable coin. And so he went the following day to the beggar. And he said, Mr. Beggar, by accident I gave you a very valuable coin. Can you return it to me? And I'll give you a normal coin. But can you return to me my coin? And the beggar said, no problem. Please, at the end of the day, when I finish my job, please be here at 5 p.m. and we'll go to my house and we'll find the coin and I'll give it back. So the man returned at 5 p.m. and together he went with the beggar to the beggar's house. And the beggar lived in a nice house. And he took him to a room and there was a chest. He opened the chest. Wow. A lot of money, a lot of coins. He said, is this the coin? He said, yes. Here, thank you. And the beggar was rich, with many, many coins. All right. Now the story of the Remington. Remington is a pistol. Esos pistolas de cañón, sí, de cañón largo. Yeah. And I was only 6 years old or 7 years old. And I opened and I was just curious, and under a blanket, unas mantas, there was a pistol from the 19th century. It was heavy. And my grandmother said, what are you doing? I said, well, look. I said, that was your great-grandfather, to bisabuelo. That was your great-grandfather's gun, a Remington. Wow. He killed Harry Clark with that. My great-grandfather killed a man in the street with that Remington. Yeah. And he said, my grandmother said, it's heavy, isn't it? A que pesa. Yeah. So now I know that the actors in Hollywood are faster than the real cowboys from the 19th century. Telling stories, okay. So I didn't lose my train of thought. And finally, lost in thought. Absorto en mi propio mundo. I'm lost in thought. Estoy perdido en pensamiento. Se dice, perdido en pensamiento. Or profundo en pensamiento. Se dice, deep in thought. Yeah, lost in thought. A penny for your thoughts. Un penique. Te doy un penique si me dices lo que estás pensando. Se dice así. Hey Johnny. Yeah, a penny for your thoughts. That means Johnny is lost in thought. And I comes in. Hey Johnny. Penny for your thoughts. It means, what are you thinking? No. Come on. What are you thinking? Nothing. It's not important. All right. A penny for your thoughts. Johnny was deep in thoughts, lost in thought. Okay, that's page 55. 155, excuse me. It's a good page. I recommend. One minute? No, I have more than 1 minute. I thought you did that. No? Okay. Fine. We'll start with gain fluency. We'll do one paragraph perhaps, because I don't have much time left. But tomorrow I'll continue. Page 83 at the top. Are you ready? Okay. This is interesting. Dios me ofreció la oportunidad. God offered me the opportunity to fly to the moon and to spend a day walking on the moon's surface, la superficie. In return, I would die 1 year before my appointed time. I turned down the offer. Would you turn down the offer? Yeah, this is interesting. God came down. He spoke to me. He said, Richard, oh, yes. Would you like to go to the moon? Ir a la luna. Sure. Well, I will take you to the moon, and you can spend a day walking on the surface of the moon. Oh, great. Wow, cool. Sure. One condition. Well, what condition is that? That instead of living to the final year of your life, you will die 1 year earlier. So you will lose the last year of your life. Well, when am I going to die? I'm not going to tell you. But you're going to die. If you go to the moon, you will die 1 year before your appointed time. El tiempo señalado. The appointed time. And I turned down the offer. I rejected the offer. Would you accept the offer? Or would you turn it down? Would you accept it? No hay verbo compuesto o phrasal verb para aceptar, creo yo. Turn down is rechazar, to reject or refuse. Okay, I'll come back to this tomorrow. Take care.